Food was spoiling. They were trying to do business and people's food was spoiling. I don't know why. The food's getting moldy, okay? They wanted their money to serve food that was getting moldy. They wanted to stay in business to serve food. They were proud of being generations of serving food to people. They're not joking. It was a serious business, making orders. They had gas. They had to pay for gas. They were proud of having pork to sell you their pork. They really had a real business selling pork. Vanderpool had a pork recipe that was pretty good. They were proud to have this pork at Vanderpool, at least the recipe. They wanted their money to sell. They were at 3 days. They had this pork recipe. It's pretty good. They want to sell their pork. They had a real business with real pork to sell. Food was getting moldy. They want their money to stay in business. They really want to stay in business because they're proud to have their pork to sell for their business, right? They were proud to be these pork sellers. They really had pork to sell. They want their money to serve their coffee and tea and their pork. They really wanted to have their job. They were proud of being able to serve it. They had real pork to sell with a real recipe, right? 3Ds was trying. They wanted their money like this place. Marketing. Red Rose had coffee, but they were not making $80,000 serving coffee. They wanted to stay in business. They tried. They had my dad try to invest in it, but they were griping about how he was investing his money in it. And then you're complaining. No, he had pain in his knees. He wasn't feeling so great, but he tried. So he had pain in his knees. Then he wasn't really happy. Then it showed that nobody was happy there because he was in pain. So he was in pain. Then he wasn't happy. Then he had a restaurant that he's had pain in his knees. Then they were bitching and complaining, right? He didn't feel good. His knees hurt. Did not get better because his knees were hurting him, right? So he's in pain with his knees. He tried. He wasn't doing so great. He lost all his money because his knees were in pain. Because serving food, people are unhappy and hurting and pain. Well, they didn't want to, that's what happens. When you upset people and there's no remedy, they can't remedy that they're upset and pain and they're not making money. When you upset people and they're not happy and then you lose money in business because you upset people, I'm sorry.